So let's talk about some ways that we can gain some more consistency in our golf swing, have better balance, hit the ball a little more predictably straight, get rid of some bad problems like early extension, coming over the top, swinging too fast and too hard and too aggressively, losing our balance, right? There's a lot of things that are going on in a golf swing that are unseen, right? There's a lot of forces that are happening. So like, take a look here. I got a picture of a guy holding his dog, and you can see the yank on this dog, okay? People don't realize it, but that same yank is happening to us as we swing the club down. It's like a big dog trying to pull you out in this direction as you're trying to move the club around you. And what happens is the harder we swing, the harder that force that's exerted back on us. And we need to be able to learn how to counterbalance that. If anybody out there is struggling with coming over the top, right, this kind of lunging fashion, you're losing that tug of war, right? If any of you are pulling down so hard that your body tends to come up, and we really tend to top or even just thin balls from time to time, you're losing that tug of war. There's a lot of different ways and different recipes to where we're kind of out of balance. So what I want you, Aaron, go ahead and come on in here. I'm going to kind of give you a small example, right? Now, imagine Aaron here. Go ahead and grab that rope. Well, yeah, we'll have you right over here. That's good. So he's not pulling on the rope at all, right? So go ahead and just pull me nice and hard. Okay, so I obviously lost that. I lost that battle. And remember, this is just one direction. It's just going that way, right? Vertically in front of me. When a golf swing is coming, it's moving around our body, so it's constantly pulling us every part of that motion. Okay, so go ahead and pull me again. So you saw what I did there, right? In order to counteract that pull, I've been anticipating how hard he's pulling. I started to kind of balance myself against the ground. And notice what I did there, right? I kind of just grabbed the ground and sat down, and now we're pretty balanced, right? As far as the pull outward is the same as the pull inward. So it doesn't look like it, but we're both pulling pretty hard here back and forth, okay? Now if he yanked me really hard, and I'm not ready for it, okay, he wins that tug of war again. Now to show you in a golf swing analogy, maybe come back here and start here. Give me a little pull, okay? Little one, not too hard, I'm not that strong. And then go ahead and just start to kind of work in a circle around me. And I don't know if you can notice here, but I'm constantly trying to push back and balance this pull, okay, to where I don't pull back too hard and come up and out of it, or he doesn't pull and overtake me and I get pulled out onto my toes or out ahead of the golf ball. Let's try that one more time. And then actually too, we're gonna go ahead and bring a great swing trainer in that I've been using a lot with my students that's been helping a ton. So here we are, we've got the Golf Posture Pod, and this thing is spring-loaded with a nice stable platform for me to stand on. And as I go to set up, I'm gonna kind of just push the spring back a little bit to kind of get my setup posture. Go ahead and give me a little tug here. So even there just at address, I'm kind of feeling some of that to get started. Go ahead and start to move around. Now I'm trying to turn and push and rotate even as he pulls against me, okay? And the same thing there, he looks very quiet and steady, but I'm actually pushing back as he keeps pulling out. So that centrifugal pull, thank you very much, man, that was a great demonstration. That's happening all the while we're swinging the golf club. And just imagine, when you go to swing your driver, the big dog, that's like a giant hound pulling you as hard as he can. If you go to swing a wedge and hit it 50, 60 yards, it's like this little tiny terrier dog, right? It's not gonna exert that same force. So we're constantly trying to balance that with our center of gravity, with our center of mass, as we're swinging the golf club, okay? And you know, to give you an example of how that kind of transpires when you're out on the golf course, we'll see this a lot. I have my swing radar down here. I'm just gonna take a nice normal practice swing. So I swung 50 miles an hour here, right? I've got a 7-iron. When I go to hit a golf ball, I swung 78 there, okay? So that's a big difference. That wasn't a great swing either. That's a big difference in club head speed. So we got a 28 mile per hour boost in speed. How many times have you been out there and either you or somebody else, they make a great practice swing, but little do they know, the big dog has not come out to pull them yet, right? As you go to hit a real golf shot, that centrifugal pull, right? Centrifugal is circular. It's going to really try to pull you out in that direction. So we've got to push back, right? That's why I like the posture pod quite a bit. It helps people to really feel that. We're really trying to use the big muscles in our legs to push back, okay? And it's easily done here. You can kind of see I'm pushing this back with the posture pod right now, but my club is only swinging 10, 11, 12 miles per hour. I need to feel that in motion. And the biggest thing I would kind of tell you too, as you're working on things like this, is you need to make sure that you're not compromising your balance in order to try to hit the ball too far. Okay, so I like to have my students, let's say your 7-iron, the best you've ever hit it is 170 yards. You should probably be playing about 155 to 160 yards so that you can continue to keep balance through this whole hitting area zone so we can actually play more consistent golf. If you're hitting that close to your peak number, it's going to put more pressure on you, but you're going to lose balance. You're going to mishit it, especially when you get onto uneven lies. Ball below your feet, ball above your feet, downhill, uphill. Pretty much you're not going to be able to consistently repeat that motion. Okay, so I like hitting with this posture pod. I'll show you a way you can do it if it's something that you don't necessarily want to purchase. But I can feel here my legs are working very hard. I hope you can see this from this face-on camera. As this club goes to pull out on me, I'm pushing back. I'm pushing this lead side back in harmony with that club extending and pulling out. And as I get through to here, it looks like I'm very balanced, but I'm actually pushing as it's pulling all at the same time. And then we'll hit some with that posture pod. That felt pretty good. Slightly left of target there, but it felt like I was able to keep my balance coming through. Let me go ahead and show you another way you can still work on this without actually having to buy this, but I do have a little discount code and some more information on it down in the link below if you do want to check it out. Hey, it's your coach Zach Allen here, and I hope you're enjoying today's lesson. In all of my years of coaching and studying the golf swing, I've discovered there's only one thing that separates the best ball strikers in the world from the rest of us. I call it the magic move, and you can use it to generate effortless power and consistency in your game. Since I don't have the time in this short video, I've put together a 3-part web class where I show you everything you need to know, nothing held back. I call it my Magic Move training series, and you can get the entire thing free of charge by clicking the link in the description below. You won't find these videos anywhere else, so click the link right now and join the over 100,000 golfers who have already gone through this incredible training. And now, let's jump back into today's lesson. All right, so grab a Physio ball. I'm sure if you're like me, you've got one laying around that's not getting that much use. Put it up against a wall, right? So I've got room to swing the club. I'm not leaning against this Physio ball. It's just barely resting here. You notice how I can kind of still move it? It's just in the small of my back, and it's just resting here kind of comfortably. And I'm just gonna start, I still have my swing radar down here. I'm gonna start easy. So that was 51 miles per hour. No problem there. The dog did not pull me, right? I'm walking the dog's not walking me. A little faster. 61 miles per hour and a little faster. 74, okay? I could try to go faster. You're not going to be able to come out to an exact full finish if you keep the ball on there the entire time. You're going to get about a 3/4 finish. So I wouldn't suggest going full speed. You're just trying to learn and feel, right? If I early extend, that ball is dropping. If I tend to want to lunge and really let that club in my arms overtake my downswing, that ball is also dropping. Any type of bad movement that's not going to be very beneficial is going to be some pull in this direction, right? This direction, that direction, that's all because of that pull of the golf club. So work some of those thoughts and feels into your practice. You might have the ball at home. You might take a look at purchasing your own golf posture pod. I've had a few students that have purchased it, and it's been fantastic. It's helped their game out tremendously, so I definitely would recommend it. The spring tension in it really gives you a lot of lower body strength directly related to the golf swing, so it's very good. But the biggest thing is realize that this pull is happening. Just that alone is going to help your golf game. And then remember, it increases as you swing harder and harder. If you get lies where you're more unstable, you've got to be more careful, okay? So that's a big part of golf, is being able to kind of balance those forces out. It's one of the biggest fundamentals in golf, period, is just having good balance. And that's the balance between the pull and your kind of counterbalance of that pull throughout 18 holes of golf, right? That's where the club really lines up and we hit the sweet spot most consistently, right? Those are your very balanced days. If you have any questions about some of the things we're talking about, by all means, give me a question or a comment down below. Don't forget to like or subscribe. It would be a dream of mine to get to 100,000 subscribers, and we're not that far off. I'd love to have that little plaque up there. If you want to see another video, okay, that's related to the same content, I'm going to go ahead and put it up here. Some other stuff that helps with early extension and just kind of some of those balance issues that we so often see. But other than that, till next time, have a great week, and I'll see you next time.